Good morning. I always start with clearing my throat, don't I? So today I found this picture that I had I was going to check what was on the other side of it, but I remembered that there's something on the other side that I don't want to keep as well, so I'm using this picture to just work over. I thought it would be a bit of a way in for me to have to adjust this half-done painting of a model and make it into a self-portrait. So I'm looking at myself, just clearing it up a bit. I'm looking at myself from the 3/4 view that I've been looking at this model from. And I know you can't see me now, but I can send a photograph to anyone who's interested to have a look at the angle that I'm looking from. If you put a comment below saying that you'd like to see the angle I was looking from. But really, for me, this is just an exercise in doing something creative at the beginning of the day. That's the main purpose of this, and it's kind of good having that as a purpose rather than trying to make something beautiful, you know. So yeah, and to connect with you lot, you know, it's good to have that as motivation. I forgot that when I'm doing a self-portrait, it's kind of tricky to talk because I'm looking at this part of my jaw here, and I'm going to try and adjust it to make it read as mine from this angle. So I'm going to stop talking for a while anyway. Okay. I'm just making the colour up to describe the shadow underneath the skin here in the chin, so I can continue to explain the lower half of the face. Need to watch when I'm working from this angle that I don't make my face too long, because I'm not working vertically. I can sometimes overcompensate by making the face longer this way, and when I put it upright, then it looks strange. So I'm kind of keeping an eye out for that happening, because I want it to be I'm happy to be sitting, and I want you to be able to see what's happening on video. So so that's why I'm going to keep it at this angle. Put a little bit of alizarin in, I think, to describe the hair that's kind of warmer. As it extends out from under the ear there, there's some warmth happening. There'll be different colours in there too, but for a start anyway, I'll put some alizarin in. My hair is shorter because I had a cut after about a year and a bit. After a year and 2 months, I went to the hairdresser and she took a lot off actually. So it's sitting here now on my shoulder. Right, I'm going to go over to the other side where the hair is falling on this side, significantly darker than the other. I'm just deciding where the neck needs to be in relation to the face. It might need to come in a little bit more. About there. I think that's about the location of the hair. And as I say, now it's quite dark over there on that side, so I'm just going to fill in that patch of light. It's different from the model too in the lighting because I'm lit more from this side and the model was lit more from that side. But with there not being very much on there, I'm happy enough to adjust it. There's not an awful lot of painting done yet. I can't remember painting this picture, I don't know who it was. It might even have been myself, but I doubt it. I don't think it is myself. I don't see anything of myself there. Hopefully I'm starting to know, but I didn't. Okay. I'll keep looking back to this area to see the turn of my head in order to keep myself right with my eyebrows in relation to each other too. From where I'm sitting, my right eyebrow is a little bit higher than my left. So what will I do now? I think I'll find where the hair meets the forehead here. And even the top of the cheekbone. It's kind of a tiny bit of hair there to describe the top of the cheekbone. And then up for where the hair meets the forehead. And in. Slanting in. There. Kind of back. I'm going to put a little bit more brown into it there to change colour a little bit as we move back. Again, now it might be a little bit elongated, I'm not sure, but I don't want to keep adjusting. I'm just kind of happy to be touching away at the paper here. I don't want to keep adjusting the position of things, you know. I'm just doing my best to discern when I need to foreshorten things. Okay. Yeah, I think it's alright. It'd be good now to establish the position of the eyebrows as a helpful exercise. I need to pull that in a little bit, I think. Take a bit more off my forehead with the hair. And actually my forehead is a little bit merging almost with the hair here because it's quite dark on that side. As you come down to meet the eyebrow, it's all kind of darkish skin colour. And then there's a fairly nondescript edge again to the nose, but there is a shadow here that explains the light that's falling on the nose. And then it comes down here underneath the nose too. This is fairly watered down paint now, but it's making enough of an impact that I can see just making enough of an impact. I'm actually putting more dark into it. And I kind of like the unmanageability of the fluid paint. You know, the fact that I have to allow it to sit wherever it will. Excuse me. Oh, gosh, that was good. It'll wake me up. I'm going to lift that now because I don't want it that dark there. And I've got a little bit of warmth on the brush. So there's a little bit more warmth to the colour as it extends out to describe the cheek. And here as it comes down, really outlining the shadow that's underneath my eye. I'm still trying to keep myself right with the turn of my head, that I don't turn it too far, you know. And to remember that my right eyebrow is ever so slightly higher than my left one. So I place some sort of thing for the eyebrow here. See how far over it comes in relation to the neck. And there's a little bend in the eyebrow here to help to describe the side plane of the face, kind of thing. This really could do with being a bit higher, that shadow. I don't think it drops down so low there, but I can tolerate it for a while. Let's see. Maybe it's just that I need to put the hair in the front of the ear here. To see where the point of that hair would extend to get the angle of it. I like to continue the angle of something so that I can see where it would enter and exit the face. So this is blue I've put on the brush in order to really distinguish between ear and hair, and to show the fact that it's kind of, it's got a greyish tinge, that hair over there, over the ear. I'll just plant some of the edge of the brown hair as it meets the space around and comes up the back there. Just get a couple of the angles to show the tied up hair, if I can now. And just simply where the hair stops and the space around it starts back here. There's a kind of helpful vague shadow there. See, anything that you do in the hair, I suppose, is going to help describe the cross section of the head for you as well a little bit. Or hinder it if you know, it's helpful to select what it is that will describe form, and to ignore what doesn't, you know. At least at this point anyway, I'm looking to describe the shape of things and the form, the space that they occupy, more than colour or anything. So I'm on my way down to the mouth now. I'm going to be quiet again for a little while. Okay. I'm just mixing up a kind of a reddish colour. Really what I'm doing is all the colours I've used for the hair, just they're left in the palette, but they're all still kind of separate enough. I don't like when I mix more than 3 colours together, usually, but sometimes I'm kind of almost looking for a murky kind of a colour, and this is one of those cases where I want to describe the lips, the shadow, so it's going to be okay that it's not a very clean red. So I think I'll start with the shadow I see in the corner of the lower lip there. Just want to locate its position. And then maybe I just refine to the bottom of the nose there. It's probably no harm to push down the upper lip. If I can lift off a bit of this. or even just the clarity of the edge. If I can lift that off a bit, I think it will help me. I feel like I don't have to lose all of it, but just a few bits and pieces there will help me to consider where the line dividing the lips needs to be. Okay, maybe a little bit of warmth over there too. I kind of feel like I'm getting places a little bit now. Fairly quiet video, isn't it? I went to bed late last night, but and then I started reading. No, I didn't. I was reading in the living room until 2:30, and then I went to bed and I wrote out things like my things I'm grateful for. That's good exercise to always do, even at 3 o'clock in the morning. And all I can think of is, why did I stay up so late? It still feels good to end on a bit of a positive. And I'm really glad that this morning I woke up at, it turns out to be around 8 o'clock. Because, and I didn't look at the clock because I thought I'm just going to get up and do my stuff. And the day that I did the painting before I did my yoga and stuff, that worked out well for me. So I'm experimenting with that approach rather than my usual kind of ritual was to do yoga, meditation, paint. Now I'm experimenting with chopping and changing that. So the first thing I'm doing this morning is a picture. We'll see how that goes. As soon as you know what I'm like now, if you've watched my videos before. By the way, my name is Anya Divine. I think I should say that a lot earlier in the video. But you know what I'm like, sometimes as soon as I pin myself to any sort of a plan, I want to rebel against it. So I'm reluctantly saying that it's not a new plan, it's more of an experiment, and I might change it, and probably will. So a little bit every day, we'll see. Because we are in flux all the time, us human beings, aren't we? It's not like we have a permanent state ourselves that we're going to be following. But I like the idea of some sort of regularity. It keeps part of me feeling safe, I think. There's a part of me that loves that sense of order and structure, and that's the part too that knows about freedom, I think. And it can only, there's something about that coming out when it knows it's safe to be free. I'm not sure now, I think you know what I mean, you know, that feeling of having enough structure that you can play safe. I like that brown, but it needed to feature in other places, I thought. Okay. Maybe even a little bit in there. As I look at my skin there, it's all fairly dark. I could do with looking a bit more human though. So I'm going to go back to my red and green mix, so the sap green and cadmium red, to make the shadowy skin colour on the forehead there. didn't think it was that red, that colour. I think I really know what I could do with adding the eyes. What I might do is come back to you with a second video, so that this one isn't going to get too long, and also lets me kind of stand up and have a look at what's happening, because I'm at a funny kind of an angle here, and I don't know if this is going to read as being way too long, my face. So I'll just do that a little bit more. I was going to do my lower lip right here. Yeah, so I'll just stop it there now, and let you see what happens a little bit more before I go. I don't know if that helps, if you can see it a bit more clearly. And see you for the next one. Bye.